Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We'll be providing a press conference here regarding a serious stabbing that happened in the Transcona neighborhood yesterday. On June 8th, 2023, at approximately 8 p.m., the Winnipeg Police Service responded to a retail eating establishment in the first 100 block of Reindeers Drive for the report of an adult female who was stabbed. East District General Patrol officers attended and located an 18-year-old victim receiving emergency medical aid from Good Samaritans for serious stabbing injuries to the upper body. The victim was transported to hospital in unstable condition and subsequently upgraded to stable. The suspect fled before the police arrived. Officers quickly located the suspect in the 1500 block of Regent Avenue and safely placed him under arrest after a brief struggle. A sharp-edged weapon, believed to have been used in the incident, was located on his person and seized as evidence. The Major Crimes Unit assumed the investigation and learned the suspect attended the establishment at approximately 7 p.m. and remained as a customer for approximately 1 hour. Without warning or provocation, the suspect approached the victim and repeatedly stabbed her in the upper body, causing severe injuries before fleeing on foot. The suspect and the victim are not previously known to one another, and investigators believe that the attack was completely random and unprovoked. Robert Allen Ingram, 27, of Winnipeg, is charged with the following offenses: aggravated assault, possession of a weapon, and failed to comply with probation order. He remains in custody. Major Crimes Unit is still investigating this incident. Any information is asked to contact investigators at 204-986-6219 or 204-786-TIPS-8477. That's Crime Stoppers. I'll take any questions you have. I want to be careful. I want to protect the identity of the person and the victim, so I won't be able to confirm that as part of the investigation. At this time, there's nothing to indicate that at this particular juncture.
Just in terms of the moments leading up to what happened here, was anything said? Was there anything at all that sort of something like that?
From the information that I have right now, that the Public Information Office has, and at this point in the investigation, there's nothing indicating that anything else was said at the time. However, that is still part of the investigation, and we know for a fact that it was unprovoked and random in nature.
How rare is it to have something like this happen in such a public place?
Well, yeah, it's a known establishment. It's very well frequented by patrons of all ages. We're looking at around 7 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock at night. It's frequented by many people that would have witnessed this. So this is a rare occurrence in that case. Very random and very traumatic for anybody who may have experienced that.
Was the knife, did the suspect bring the knife to the restaurant with him? Did he have it, or was this a knife that's from the restaurant?
I won't be able to specify that. It's believed at this point that it's something that he would have brought into the restaurant with him. We can't get into the mind of the person of the suspect that may have perpetrated these crimes. We can't, tell you what he was thinking at the time of the incident. So there's nothing that we can that indicates there was anything that pushed him to this. It is very much unprovoked, and that's what's so alarming about it. It's alarming that it's just happened so fast and so quickly. I'm sorry. Right now, we know that there's a couple of people that helped with emergency medical aid right at the time of the incident, and we certainly would like to thank those Good Samaritans that approached and selflessly helped the victim, because these injuries were quite traumatic injuries that needed immediate emergency assistance. So I don't have confirmation on who they were. We would certainly like to put forward a thank you for their selfless act. I wasn't there, but anecdotally speaking, when you've got any kind of major incidents in a public place, there is usually it would tend to be cleared out so that investigators and the identification unit can come and process the scene and carry on the investigation. I can't confirm that.
Are you able to elaborate on going by which order? What was the issue?
Again, I can't go into the past of this person and the suspect. I can tell you the suspect is known to police, and it would deal with matters that were not from this incident. He did, yes, I can confirm that.
I know you can't speak as to whether this person was familiar or not, but can you, and it says not previously known to one another, but at any point in that evening, have they had any interactions at all?
That's not confirmed at this point whether they had any interactions, but there's nothing that would point that they had a lengthy time or interaction at all within the restaurant.
How rare is something like this? We have people at a family establishment at 7 o'clock at night on a weekday, and somebody in the restaurant is stuck.
Well, it's rare. That's why I'm here speaking to you. This is something that's not common. And like we've mentioned before, this is an establishment that's frequented by many patrons of all ages at a time of day where it would have been busy. So not only is it rare, it would be traumatic not only for the victim, for the first responders that would have been there, and of course anybody that would be in that vicinity during the incident.
And you're not going to get into where a person stabbed or any of that. We've also witnessed multiple stabbings.
As in more than one stab. Yeah, and as I mentioned in the release, it's stab wounds. Yes.
When this was happening, did the suspect stop the attack, or did anyone intervene and confront him and challenge him?
I can't get into the specifics of that, but I can tell you that the attack itself is believed to have been quite quick. It's violent and quick, and the suspect ran from the establishment as soon as he perpetrated the crime.
Was he arrested in an outdoor setting, or was he arrested inside a building?
That's a great question. I can confirm to you he was outdoors when he was apprehended.
How far away was it from?
It was the 1500 block of Regent Avenue, so we're looking at about a few block distance, so it's not too far away.
So all of those just confirming that this was the staff member who was injured. Does police have any sort of investigation for restaurateurs or whether these people are organizing people to protect their staff and safety of what these people are working in order to
Well, listen, and I'm not going to bring the establishment into a question here on their practices. This is something that is random in nature, something that could not have been predicted, and something you could not be ready for. So as far as and anecdotally speaking, I don't think that there's anybody that could be put their employees or their people ready for any kind of event of such. I can't answer that for you. You'd have to contact the other.
They did say that they were going to, and then we, I guess, is that something that the police will allow them to do?
That's not something that we would tell them. So basically, what we do is when we attend the scene is processed by the identification unit, and then the investigation is ongoing. Once we clear the area or clear the establishment, they can do what they wish. That is not up to us to decide. Yeah, the investigation is still ongoing, so that's why we've asked anybody who has information to please contact the Major Crimes Unit or Crime Stoppers and contact our investigators.
If there's anyone who was there last night who witnessed this or who works with this establishment, and maybe needs any kind of support or help or anything like that, what's available to them?
So there are a lot of different places that they can go to, and then there's clinic, there's a lot of supports, ongoing supports that are available within the city that people can reach out to. Like you said before, this is something traumatic. I mean, we've got the young lady that was injured, could have been fatally injured actually as a result of these stabbings, witnessed by many patrons, including staff. This will affect a lot of people for a long time in the long term. That help that is available to them is extremely important in their recovery, and will help them as a police service to make those contacts if need be.
Any thoughts on that? The effective relation with the releasing
Well, I mean, our job as police officers are to respond to events and fully investigate the incidents, any incident that may affect public safety. For us to weigh in on the bail system, is which what I'm thinking you're probably referring to here. That's not for us to speak on. We can only respond to and investigate these incidents, whether they're nonviolent or violent in nature. It's our job to respond to investigate them.
Can you tell us what type of facilities you investigated before you
That I can't get into. That's part of the investigation.
Can you say what kind of event it was?
I'm sorry.
Can you say what kind of event it was?
No, I cannot.
Do you know how long the victim is expected to spend recover?
I don't have an update on the victim's medical condition at this point.
And just for clarity, can you say whether or not the victim was a certain or
No, I cannot clarify that.
All it says is an adult female. Do you have any children to realize they were 22 years?
For the female victim,
Yeah.
18-year-old. Yeah,
And how old was she? Female?
I don't have that. I don't have that information. No. Now you can imagine this is a person in her teens.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to be a traumatic event for her and her family and her community. So, any other questions? No. Thank you very much for attending.